Today, we're going to be talking about building apps with AI, and we're going to try to build an iOS app using Replit. If you want to get started with AI agents and what we're doing, there's a link down below to see all the guides and what we're going to be doing this evening, and we're going to go through this. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you're watching this on replay, do hashtag replay. So let's get started. Our goal is to try to create an iOS app using Replit. Now, you might say, wait, you can't build a fully native app with Replit alone. That's right. We're going to use React Native to do this, and we're going to see what happens with this. So we have an idea that we're going to try to plan out real quick, and we're going to first create the prompt in ChatGPT, and then we're going to look at the requirement document and then put it into Replit. So let's begin real quick. Let me first put our idea here. Create a prompt to create a native application using React Native. All right, so we're first looking at React Native. Okay, cool. And we'll say we are trying to create a keyboard shortcut application for phone for YouTubers to have comments, stock comments to respond to their audience. Right. There we go. Okay, we have that. Okay, so we've got the idea of what we wanted to do. Remember, we've never done this before. This is a request for a while ago, but we've never been able to do it. So we're going to see how far we get. All right, so first we're going to create the prompt. Here's we'll call it Quick Reply Pro, like it, build a native application to allow YouTubers to create and manage set predefined responses. Okay, so we'll need user authentication, enable us to sign in and log into the YouTube comments, allow offline mode. I wonder for the first version if we even need them to log in, right? Because as long as you have a shortcut for your keyboard, well, we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're going to do that. Front end, React Native. We'll need React Context API authentication with Google OAuth and Firebase auth. All right, we'll see what happens. Keyboard API. All right, great. Now, what I'm going to do is use our guide right here. Again, if you want to see our guide and what we're doing, let me put in the chat down below. Let's take a look at what we're going to do as well. Let me use this right here. What's the prompt? I'm going to say, can you turn it into a PRD, a product requirement document? And then do that. Let's take a look. So now it's doing that. Lamar's Thomas, thank you. Come on. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your support, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Ask any questions while we're building. By the way, we'll be releasing a whole new windsurf tutorial video tomorrow. We got some feedback. Want to see it more detailed, how you hook up GitHub. We're going to do all that too. Hey, I do what I can. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Let's see. Okay. Objectives, key features, user stories, design guidelines, technical requirements. Okay. I don't know if we're going to use all the technical requirements, but let's bring it in. So we're going to copy this. See what it does. Okay. Let's drop it in. All right. So we now have this in Replit that we're going to try. Okay, so we have this in Replit. So what we did was we took the product requirement document, we put it into Replit. This will also allow you to save a lot more tokens or your usage. If you use something like ChatGPT, you can even be on the free plan. We have the pro, but you can do whatever. Then you put it into Replit and then you'll be good to go. So let's try to build this and see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Again, we haven't tried to do this before, so this is going to be very interesting. This might take a little while because we've got to add Firebase and stuff like that, if that's what they're having us do. Let's see. Absolutely. Let me propose what we'll build for you. I noticed that you've provided a PRD for a React Native mobile app. Since mobile frameworks are not supported in our environment, I've adapted the plan to create a web-based version of Quick Reply Pro. The web version will maintain all the basic functions while being accessible through any browser. Would you like me to proceed? I think I can do this first to see what happens, and then we'll see if we can make an application. Now, what do we see in the document? If we did it with a native React Native, you'll be able to do a close to native experience on iOS. Let me ask chat because I don't know the answer to that. If I create a React Native application in Replit, will I still be able to submit it to the iOS or Google Play Store? I've been watching Replit builds all week. I have 5 ideas I want to build, so I really appreciate this video. Hey, no problem. Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much. Ask us, ask away. Yeah. You're just getting started. Let me know if you have questions or feel free to email me. But yeah, first, I usually start with ChatGPT or Claude to build out what I'm going to be doing and then bring it back. Yeah, have the basics already there. Some people put in V0 and then bring it into Replit. So, what did I say? Let me see about this. What did it say? Did it answer my question? Okay, so I asked, could you do this? Yes, you can create a React Native application in Replit and submit it to the iOS store. There are some important considerations: development in Replit, React Native, testing, okay, building for App Store. To submit, yeah, you need to build the app. Yeah, it says generate a .ipa file, ensure you have a developer account. Okay, so limitations may not support the following: modifications, certificates, and signing keys, creating the managing certificates, building release versions. Okay. So we can still submit it, just can't do everything, it looks like. Okay. We can do that. We can do that. All right, let's take a look. Build the initial prototype. So we can do that. And then I'll probably just have to probably export. So one step at a time. Let's do that. Let's plan and start. The agent is thinking. Checkpoint after starting plan. It's free. What I do like about Replit is, unlike a lot of other platforms where the pricing is very ambiguous, the usage breaks down exactly how you're getting charged, right? So the deployment, everything that I'm doing, the storage, it's breaking it down. I have $25 of monthly credits. I've used 58 cents for this month. So, there's that. But I think it's really helpful if you have used Bolt in the past with, like, what is it, 20 million or something tokens. It's really hard to gauge, but I like how easy it is for it right here. All right, so it's building out the database in the background, which is good. All right, all right. Yep, let me know. Yeah, so we got a couple people watching on YouTube and Twitter. Yeah, let us know where you're watching from. What are you building? What questions you have? We're going to be releasing a lot more videos like almost daily. Shorts, all kinds of tutorials. We have Windsurf coming out tomorrow. Then we have like Lovable on Monday. We got a bunch of stuff. Then Cursor next week. See, it's creating the homepage, auth page. Okay. Okay. So now it's creating different components. All right. And if you're unsure what's going on, you can always switch over. Right now, we're using the agent, but you can also use the assistant. What's the good thing about the assistant? You can chat and you get charged less, right? So the assistant, as you're doing per checkpoint, is 25 cents. Assistant is 5 cents. So if you're doing smaller things, you can always go with the assistant first and see what happens. All right, let's see. Database, pulling schema from database. All right. So it says install dependencies. Oh, we can load the page. Sign in with Google. Manage your YouTube responses effectively. Interesting. Okay. You can verify the application that allows you to sign in with Google, create categories for responses, and create manage response. Okay, let's see about this. So, can you verify that the application allows you to sign in with Google? Let's go with the first one. Does not. Let's do that. Let me make sure. No, it doesn't let you do that. So let me put this in. The application currently does not allow me to sign in with Google. I can click the button, but nothing happens. So right now, I'm just using Whisper, which is a voice to text AI tool uh, to move faster. I have severe dyslexia. Plus, sometimes when I'm writing on screen or on stream, I mess up. So that's what I use. Shout out to Dan Perry for that great thing. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to look at that, and the agent is thinking about it. It says, I'll fix the Google sign in functionality. The issue appears. Let's see what it says. Okay, I'll fix it. Says we have to sign in with Google OAuth credentials. So I had to go to Google Cloud Platform and configure some things. So I'm going to do most of it in the other window. So because of APIs and securities, but I'm going to walk you through it as we're talking. So just to let you know, the tripod, what is going on? I want to build a simple mobile app. I don't know coding. How can I do it? Great question. To start off with, I would write down what you're trying to build, the main functionality of the app. I'd make it super simple, like one thing. Right now, we're doing Quick Reply Pro. So we're building out an application only to make quick replies to YouTube comments. That's a simple micro app, right? So the tripod, I would really write that down. What are you trying to do? Then I would probably use Claude or ChatGPT to have it write out a prompt so you can then put it into something like an ID, which is what we're using right here. Um, and if you are just coming to the stream, watch the beginning of it, and we kind of talk about how we do that. But I'd first write down your idea, put it into Claude or ChatGPT. If you have trouble, you can always say, like, ask me questions to get me to my answer, right? So you can always say, like, I have this idea. Give me 10 reasons why it's not going to work. Or I have this idea. Give me 5 ways to explain this to a child, right? That way it will allow you to build out your idea. Then you can ask it to build out a prompt based off of what you just did. Let me know in the comment section if that makes sense. So, all right, let's get into it. So we got to go to Google Cloud Console, create a new project, or selecting an existing one, enable the Google Plus API, go to credentials, create credentials. We got to do an OAuth client. What are we doing here? What does that mean? We have to go into Google Cloud Platform and allow allow a service in Google to easily connect this so people can connect their Google account. Google owns YouTube, so this makes sense. We're going to get into it. Shabbat, no problem. Let me know if that makes sense. Come back, keep asking, keep watching what we're doing. But yeah, and depending on the type of application you're trying to create, you could use Replit. I like Replit because it's fully scalable. You can use a database, it can deploy, you can do everything. It's in the cloud, so I can do this when I'm upstairs on my laptop. When I come back to my table down here, some people like that. Others, they're going to be using like Lovable. This is very easy to get started, or Bolt. Just keep in mind, both of them have their pros and cons. I think it's really very intuitive to get started. It's easy, but to scale, you're going to need other systems like Windsurf or Cursor or going to Replit. So it kind of just depends. All right, so let's get started. I have to go to Google. I have to go to Google Console. So I got to put this on my other screen real quick. I'm just going to Google it so you can see what it looks like. Let's see. Google Cloud Platform. All right, so if you're new to this, no worries. What you would be doing is you're going to cloud.google.com, allows you to go into the console and start building things out. I'm doing it on the other side of the screen just so I can do this in a secure manner. Because if I try to do half of it on screen, I know I'm going to mess something up. So let's see right here. So I'm going to go to Google Cloud Platform just to let you know. Not now. I'm logging in to the console. Great. All right. So I'm choosing a project to do this. I think I can show some of this. I can probably show this. All right. I'll show this. So you're in Google Cloud Platform. It's going to allow you to now see what's going on here. Right. So we need to create a new project or selecting one. Enable Google Plus API. So I'm going to Google that. Google Plus API. We're going to enable it. And then we're going to go to credentials, create credentials, create OAuth. That just means for it to have authentication. And then we're going to set that up. So I got to put that on my other screen over here so I can get that done. What's going on? What are we building? Chris, thanks so much for being here, Chris. What are we building? We are building an application called Quick Reply Pro, where you can create a custom keyboard to reply to answers to your YouTube comments. This was an idea that was presented a while ago. I keep seeing this custom keyboards over and over again. We're seeing how far we can build this out using Replit. Yeah. So micro apps, that's what we're doing. Chris, let us know what you're building, what you're working on over there. It's Friday night. It's the weekend. I guess it's the weekend. I mean, it's the weekend. It's Friday night. Okay, so go to credentials. Go here. And if people are wondering, like, why don't I show this on screen? You do not show this stuff on screen, so people cannot see sensitive information. So I'm just saying what I'm doing. So go to credentials, create credentials. That's what I'm doing. And then it's OAuth client ID. Set up OAuth. Consent screen if you haven't already. Let's configure. I'm clicking some things. User type only for users within the organization. External available to any test user with a Google account. That's what I need. Create. Okay. The app name wants to, so we're going to name it Quick Reply Pro. Okay. Support email. I don't have a logo right here, which is okay. This is your logo. It helps people recognize your app. Let me do that real quick. 120 by 120. Creating an app real quick. A logo, so when people log into the account, it looks like a legit app, which makes sense. Okay, so let's make this. Let's ask ChatGPT. What is this called? What kind of app is this called? Quick Reply Pro. I'm creating a new application called Quick Reply Pro. Create a simple logo for me. The application is regarding YouTube. Okay, let's take a look. See, and ChatGPT, it already has Dolly with it and everything like that. Oh, huh. That looks a lot better than I thought. I honestly did not think it was going to look good. Okay, I'll take it. Let's put it into Canva. Where do I put the upload? There we go. Upload file. Dolly. Now, what we'll do is elements. Let's make this the whole screen. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Let's see. Quick Reply Pro logo. Let's download it. Yeah, we're doing this, so we have to put it on the screen real quick. So when you log in, what does the logo look like? That's what they're saying. Yeah, so let me upload it. Downloads, what was it called? Quick Reply. Q U. Where did I save it? Yeah, I guess I could just look at the file. Where did I put it? Yeah, in downloads. Yeah, Quick Reply Pro. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Why am I having trouble with this? Downloads. Yeah, just put that in. Why is it not finding it? Thumbnail, ABCD of view. Yeah, I mean, it's right there. Why am I not? Why is it not picking it up? Hmm. It doesn't like the format. Let me see real quick. You'd think something would be so simple, and it's not. Why is it not? There we go. Thank you. My goodness, it took a long time to do that. Okay. App domain to protect your users will only allows apps using OAuth to. Okay. The following information will be shown to your users on the consent. Please provide a link to your home page. Do I have to? So right now, which makes sense, a lot of security. setting up this API. Save. Is it letting me do this? Scope. Okay. We're going back here. Okay. So OAuth screen management is changing. This page has been replaced with a new, easier experience. Current pages will only be available for a few more days. All right, go to new experience. Scopes, expression permissions. Add or remove scope. So what will it allow us to do? This, let's see, add or remove scope. See your primary account email address. Associate information. Authorize, view your data in your Google Cloud storage. I don't think we need that. View log data, submit log data. I don't need to do any of that. Okay, YouTube data information. Manage your account, view your account. Let's see, I bet it's going to be manage, see, edit, or permanently delete videos. I don't think that. Or comments. Yeah, we're going to need that. See, edit, and permanently delete your videos, ratings, comments, or captions. Well, yeah, we'll need that if we're going to be replying to the, yeah. So we're replying back with, answers. Sounds scarier than what we're doing. Okay. Data access changes saved. Okay, great. All right. So we have scope right there. All right. Next, set up OAuth consent screen if you haven't already. Okay. So we just did quick access, verification center. Okay. Add or remove scope. Okay. I think that's pretty great. View and manage assets. No, we don't need all that. Okay. Update. Okay. So we updated it. Overview. Create OAuth client. Let's do that. Let's do that. Create OAuth client. A client ID is used to identify a single app. Okay. What are we doing? We're creating a web application for this one. We'll come back and build out the whole thing. Let's see. Quick Reply Pro. Someone's asking, why can't I see this? Because we're doing this off screen because there's some APIs. There's sensitive information. So I have to do it off screen, but it's only going to take me a few more seconds and then we'll keep building in Replit. But I used to build on stream like late night before I would have things. It was a hot mess. Security, don't do that. Always have it somewhere else. So go to credentials, set up your OAuth consent. If you haven't, choose web application as the application. Add these authorized redirects. Oh, interesting. Redirects. Okay. Authorized redirects. Add. Okay. Number one, add. And then number two, what's my REPL domain? I think it's up here in the browser. Where can I find my REPL domain? I should have said Replit domain. Custom names at deployment. Yeah, so okay, deployment. Yeah, okay. So that's fine. Right, that's fine. Okay. Save that. It says indirect must complete with a public domain. You know what? Dan on Twitter helped me out with this. Let me take a look at what he said earlier. Let me take a look at what he told me earlier. Because they want a custom domain, but I haven't set it up yet because I'm still building it. So what am I going to use? Hold on. Looking back in my Twitter posts. Okay. So to use Firebase Replit, let's see, your project name. The general Replit domain is repl.co. Okay, so I'll take that. Let's see if that works. Does that work? See, it's not valid. Must use a domain that is valid. Okay, well, that makes it difficult. Let me do a quick search here. I need help finding a Replit name. Let me redo that. I need a project name for Replit that is valid. How do I go about this? I think that's the question I'm going to use. Let's take a look. Ugh, it spelled things wrong, but it's okay. Browse your current. Oh, okay, cool. In the code is being used. Quick reply dash pro is being used as a valid project name. Okay. Use all lowercase. Okay. Use hyphens. I still don't know if that's enough, but we're going to try it. I'm going to go back. Oh, let's try that. Says invalid must be a public top level domain.com, something like that. All right, let me give them this information. Let me put this back here. This is the error I'm getting. And if you look at it, a lot of times I'm just chatting. So this is something as you're getting problems with it, you're going to, when you come up with a problem, you're just going to go through this step by step and see what's going on. That's all. I'm currently at this part adding the Google API. What is the solution for this? Sometimes it's the most basic things that can off track you or put you off track here. Okay. So they're saying your REPL name. Okay. Let's do this. this over here. So let me move some things. Where is my document here? And this is why I do these builds, because sometimes it's these little things that can tie you up as you're building everything out. Like, it's not the most technical things, it's just the little nuances that prevents you from moving fast. Okay. So right now I'm reformatting so I can get this here. Okay. And then I'm going to use Quick Reply Pro, your REPL name here, dot user name. Interesting. We're going to try this out. Or I'm going to have to do 17th Hokage and see what happens. Okay, that worked. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have that. Let's save it. OAuth client created. All right. Good times. We'll take it. All right, let's go back. Okay, so add that, create, and you'll get the ID and client secret ID. Okay, let me go back. Okay, I've got the client ID, and then I need the other ID. So let me bring this off screen for a second. I have the client ID. Okay, put that in. And then I need to get the secret ID. Okay, client ID here. Okay, and then I'm getting client secret, making sure I'm not on stream when I'm doing this. Choose from account, no, continue. Thinking about it. Add account secrets. Restarted application. Making changes. All right. Determining, did that really take me that long? Okay, let's take a look. Express restarted workflow after making changes, considering options. Determining next steps. Okay, good. Error not found. Okay, notice that there's an error because of the passport is missing. Let's install it first. Okay, so it's installing the passport Google OAuth 20. Interesting. All right, so it's making some changes right here. Restarted the application. Okay. Took a screenshot. So now it's, look, restarted the application. It's taking a I love that it does that. Then try clicking and signing in. I love this thing. Okay. Let's click and sign in and see what happens. Okay. Okay. It says access blocked. You can't sign in because this app sent an invalid request. You can try again later. Okay. If you're a developer for this app, see error details. Here's the error details. You can't sign in because it doesn't comply with the Google's OAuth 2.0 policy. If your app developer registered the redirect in Okay, if you're the app developer, register the redirect URI in the Google Cloud Console. Request details. Okay, so we already did that, but let's send it to chat and see what happens. And see, this is what I like about the process. It's teaching you how to debug what's going on. Refer to attached image for the error that I'm getting while trying to sign into Google. So we did that with the client over there. Let's see what happens. I see the error. The error message indicates that the redirect is not properly configured. Let's fix this by adjusting the callback URL in your authentication setup to match the authorized redirect. Huh. Okay. Let's see if it can do it. That's wild if it can. That's wild if it can. See what it's trying to do. Go back. So I think there was just a whole thing that who's it? Mark Zuckerberg just was talking about. There's going to be a time in the next probably year where the mid-level devs, they're just going to be a AI. A year. We'll see if that's true. But you see how it's working through all these things, which really helps you as long as you're the manager here to see what we need to do, be able to make these changes. It really does allow you to work a lot quicker and efficiently. Let's see. Sign in. Access blocked. So let me sign in because this app sent invalid request. So it's still doing that. Sign in, check if it redirects correctly. I'm gonna do this again. Screenshot it and then show, but we're getting a different error this time. Let's see. Well, although the details right there, redirect, related documentation. Let me send it documentation so it knows what's going on. And I'm going to screenshot this as well. Screenshot. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to say refer to the Google documentation. Refer to the Google documentation. There we go. When I try clicking on the sign in with Google button, it does not allow me to go to the Google's login page correctly. Refer to attached image. Okay, there we go. And then I'm telling it to refer to the Google documentation. Now, I wonder, I'm going to go over here, close. I wonder if I have to edit the URIs. I wonder if something's going on. It says the issue is with the redirect UI format. I'll try this by updating the domain construction to match exactly what Google expects, which is shown in the error message. I'm going to go up to make sure I'm doing it as much as I can. Your REPL domain /auth. I think I did it correctly, but see, it's still having that trouble. Where can I find my REPL domain? I'm making sure that I'm doing this correctly. Yeah, REPL domain. View. That's what I'm having trouble with. Let me go back to assistant. Let me do a new chat. Say, I'm having trouble with the following. I'm having trouble with the following. Now, for a lot of people, you won't run into this, but when you're doing a lot with authentication or doing stuff with Google in general, there are a lot of things to consider. So these things sometimes happen. Based on the code, I can see that your domain is determined in the auth. To get your REPL, you can command in the shell. Okay. This will output your full URL. Okay. Note that your auth is already set up to handle it. The relevant code for this is okay. I got you. So I can do, let's try this. Let's just run that. Yeah, can we run that? Oh, okay. Okay, so I just ran it. Thank you. Let's see if we can switch this out. Copy this. Put it in a Word document real quick. Okay. Save that bad boy. Does anything change? I think it looks the same. All right. Let's go back here. Let's run it again. Progress. New tab. Let's refresh that. Try by clicking. I tried clicking on it, but it's still not working. Can we restart it again? Restart the application again and try it? Okay. So it's restarting everything. It's running everything. Okay. It's restarting, and we're going to see what happens. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. Okay, reviewing your message. It's running the application again. Agent is working. Okay. Restarted the workflow, made changes. Okay, notice the application is not starting properly and the Google sign is still not working. Let me fix the properly configuring the Google Auth setup and restarting the application. Okay. Taking a look here. All right. All right. Seeing what it does here. Okay, the agent is working, considering options. Okay, it's determining next steps. Okay, looking at the current state. Okay, now we can view it. All right, took a snapshot. Okay, all right. Updated the authentication callback URL. Instead of that, let's try it again. Oh man, still getting that. Can't because the app is invalid request. I wonder if. Oh, yep. Sorry, that's an error. It updated to match Google's requirement exactly. Still not looking good. Let's take a look. Let's see what's going on with that. Refer to attached image. Currently, we're getting a 503 error. Did I say 5? I meant 4. Let's take a look here. It's thinking. Someone asked, what are we building? Yeah, we're building out an option. So we're trying to build this idea that came up a couple years ago where we were creating a custom keyboard that could work as a application that you could sell on the app store. So first, we're doing a React native app that's going to be web based, and then go from there. So saying, I see we're getting a 403 error. This is typically means that while we fixed the redirect format, we still need to properly configure the Google OAuth application settings. I'll help you set this up correctly. Hmm. What is the current domain URL shown in your browser address? Huh, okay. This is the current URL shown in my browser address. Interesting. Okay. This will help me configure. Okay. So it's helping me all the way through. So it says, I noticed you're accessing the application through the Replit's website. For Google OAuth to work correctly, we'll need to configure it with the actual application URL. Let me guide you through the necessary configuration steps. Okay. See what it's doing here. All right. We'll see. We'll see. Presented results. Took a screenshot. Says this chat is getting along. To improve the agent's performance, consider doing a new chat. Interesting. It says by updating the Google Cloud Console settings as instructed, please sign in to Google again and see what if it works. Okay, so it says to use a new chat too. Interesting. All right, let's try a new chat. New tab. Let's try a new chat. New chat here. Okay. The agent can make changes, review your work. Okay. Let's see what happens. I'm getting an error while trying to sign in with Google. Refer to attachment images for the result. It's interesting. I've never gotten a chat that told me to open up a new chat. Interesting. Maybe a new perspective, something like that. But I will say we got a different error. That's interesting. I think we got a different error. So we're getting a 400 error on one, but we're getting a 403 on the other. Let's take a look. Interesting. Okay. Well, let me try it again. Let me do this. Sign in. Yeah, I'm still getting the 400. Let's see what happens. This is good. This is a good thing. All these things you have to work out. Now, you've seen in the other videos where we connected like the YouTube API pretty easily, but we're just pulling. We've never had to sign in. It says, I see that you're, oh, hold on. It says, I see that you're experiencing a redirect URI mismatch error with Google OAuth. I'll help you fix this by providing a plan to properly configure the authentication. The error occurs because the callback URL being used by your application isn't registered in your Google Cloud Console project. Fix. It says fix Google OAuth by updating redirect URI configuration. Okay. Fix OAuth by updating the URI. Would you like any of these additional features? Implement refresh token handling for longer sessions, add fallback authentication methods. I like that. Implement rate limiting for auth end points, add security headers. No, we're just going to do these two. All right, we're going to see what happens. As we're doing this, let me know if you want to see a different project, something else while we're doing this. Let me know. Again, we've shown a couple different versions, but I wanted to try something new tonight. We've never tried to build something with React Native or try to create a web application where you had to do basically taking over certain commands or certain specific things from the user's device. So that's why we're trying different things like this. So this is, again, new territory. We've never tried to do this. So yeah, let us know if you like to see this, if you think this is too technical, if you want me to explain other things or slow down or stop talking so much, just let me know. Okay. So it's doing some things here. Okay. So it took the screenshot. Now it's telling me to try it again. Try signing in again and check if it redirects and if the redirect URI error is resolved. Let's take a look. Still not resolved. Hmm. Getting the same error. Okay. We may have to look this up or try to do something else. But yeah, we're getting the same thing. It's still not resolved. Refer to image. And what I'm doing on the other screen is I'm making sure that everything in the database or everything in Google Cloud has been updated. It has. we're still getting that problem. It's very interesting. I wonder if it's telling me what I should do. Let's see that workspace. Let's go back here. Let's see. Go back to the metadata. Let's see. Just making sure we're looking at the same name. So recent repls. Okay, so what is the workplace? Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Okay, dash quick reply pro. Maybe it's all one word and that's why it's not doing it correctly. Pro. I'm going to try to change out the name real quick. See what's going on here. And, if I'm doing something wrong, please, people can tell me. Let's see, workplace. Hmm. Let me put this all together. What I'm doing is I am trying out different URLs. Let's save it. Let's go back in. So load the page. Okay, so it gets that. Okay, so that's off. That doesn't work. Let's try something a little bit different. Let's change the dash to a period. All right, so that's saved. That's saved. Okay. Restart project. Let's try it out. And this is what you do, trial and error, one thing at a time. All right, needs feedback. Let's take a look. It's loading. New tab. Gonna do it one more time. You get an error, back to my page. And in the tabs too. Hmm. Well, it's one of those things. If everything looks good, do all those, see more. Mm, mm, mm. Says, please check if the server logs now show the correct Google Auth after reset. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's a different reply than I need. I did that wrong. Reset project. I just went in and ahead and thought they wanted me to try it, but I have to look at the logs. Okay, hold on a second. I did that wrong. See 1 second. Come right back. My bad. Gotta come back and redo this. Let me move things around here. Okay. Oh, share screen. Let's do it again. Okay. Just thinking. I think I'm gonna have to probably, well, I guess look at the tab and then go to Google Console, I guess, and take a look. Please check if the server logs after resetting. Let's take a look at this. I reset it, configure properly. It's thinking. Okay, so it's saying that there's a mismatch. I understand you want to reset to fix the OAuth. I'll help you verify and reset configuration. Okay. Are the server logs showing the correct one? Now, what I'm going to do is in the assistant, I'm going to ask to make sure I understand this correctly. How can I check the following information for my application? Okay, so the assistant is running. I think I know what I should do. Based on the workflow, what does it say? Based on the workflow console output, I can see that the OAuth is being logged correctly. This is this is the expected format for the Replit works, workspace URL and should work correctly with Google OAuth. The server is running at port 5000 and able to handle the authentication request. I can also see that there's been a test API request. This 401 response is expected for unauthorized users trying to access the API. Okay. I asked the agent and it looks like it's running correctly. I should say the assistant. The assistant, yeah, refer to assistant conversation. It's reviewing my message, it's considering options. Let's go to progress. Agent is thinking. We'll see what happens. Again, like I said, this is pretty complicated because we're using the Google API. If anyone has used this before, Google is notorious for configuring their APIs. It is sometimes very difficult. There's a lot of things that a lot of nuances because they're so powerful. Um, this is one of the more difficult or ones that you have to debug quite a bit. But if we can get this, if we can get this, it'll be good times. Okay, so it's reviewing your message, considering options. Man, I'm working hard. What is my usage rate on this thing? How much usage have I done? Still 58 cents. I mean, it's not horrible. Okay. Now let's see. Is the server now running without any TypeScript errors? Can you try accessing the login page? Let's see. So, first one is I'm going to say it's just not working. Let's see. What does this mean? I don't think so. Let's see. Hmm. Should be able to access the login page with this. Okay. Nope. Let's see. Nope. Can't reload to do it. I can't access that page. Hmm. Interesting. And then it's reading the files of what's happening too. Try to get more context. Check if the server is still running. The logs are running. Let's see. They are. Try refreshing the page. Always, always, always need to refresh pages. Loading page. Yeah, that sucks. Well, I'm going to do some more research on that. So it's just having trouble there. And let me see this. Access blocked. I wonder if it's for if I used another because I have multiple Google accounts. I wonder if I'd still have the same problem. I would think I would. Let's see. Maybe if I use no. Hmm. Use request for the redirect. It says users will be redirected to this path after they have authenticated with Google. The path will be uh, appended with the authorization code for access and must have a protocol. It can't control URL fragments, relative paths, or wildcards, and can't be a public IP address. Interesting. Doing some troubleshooting here. So let's see. It seems like the problem is can you give me options in order to verify the right URIs? See what happens. See what happens. A lot of this stuff troubleshooting. See, creating the front end is not that bad. Help you verify the correct redirect based on the server logs. Here is the steps that you need from the server logs for callback. Interesting. Okay. They're saying that should be my callback. Okay, well, it's not what I had, but let me see if I can make it that one. Save. Okay, saved it. You need to add this exact URL in two places. Two places. That's new. Authorized redirects under authorized 2.0 client IDs and authorized domains under OAuth consent screen. Okay. Well, I didn't do that. OAuth consent screen. I did not do that. Let me go back. Well, how can I do that? Let's see. OAuth consent screen. Let me redo that. I know I didn't do that right. I wonder if I might just have to redo. I might redo this real quick. I'm going to create a new one. Let's try this again. Quick Pro 2. Now you're going to say authorized domains. Okay, so we have authorized redirects, right? Authorized redirects. Okay. Under authorized redirects, yeah, we got that. But the OAuth consent screen, where do I find that? Interesting. Okay, that's what I'm having trouble with. Okay. The domain will be added to your the domains of the URIs you added below will automatically be added to the consent screen. Okay, so this is another thing with Google Cloud Platform. Things change so much all the time. So you have to go back and do all of these things. Authorized domains. When a domain is used on the consent screen or an OAuth, it must be pre-registered here. If your app needs to go through verification, please go to Google Search Console. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Tomfoolery. Let's take a look at this. Copy this. Oh my goodness. Let me just copy some things. No, 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 no. I'm going to screenshot this. Hold on. So I'm in the private section over here. So I'm writing some stuff down right now. And then I'm going to delete some things. Oh my goodness. Google, Google, Google. And on top of this is a big thing with Google too. Google Cloud Platform, things change all the time of what it looks like in the back end. So it's kind of irritating. Okay. Authorized domains. Okay. Let's do that. Screenshotting this to make sure We know exactly what is going on. Let's do this here. We're going to see if this works. I don't know if it will. Yes. No. Maybe. What is that? They're saying that isn't, that won't, that's not valid. Oh, stop. Come now. Oh, now. Come now. Come on now. Must not specify the scheme. What? Okay, I'm not doing anything. So they're saying that's not valid because it has an HTTPS. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's take a look. Overview, clients, pro. That all looks right. That all looks right. Okay. Authorized domain. So now we're reading documentation. This is a tough one. So that's why we just got to troubleshoot and see what happens. So it says authorized domains. To protect you and your users, Google restricts your OAuth 2.0 application using authorized domains. If you have verified the domain with Google, you can use any top private domain as an authorized domain. Excuse me. After you add an authorized domain, you can use any of its subdomains or pages. Excuse me. And any other associated country codes. Add your authorized domains before you add your redirects or origin URIs, your homepage URL, your terms of condition. See, this is tough because Replit, you're doing a project, right? So this isn't a full URL what I'm planning on using. If I'm using a domain that I would change over, I understand this. But right now, I'm using a subdomain from REPL, right? From Replit. Here we go again. Here we go again. Welcome. Welcome. Here we go again. That's right. That's right. To be fair, this is a brand new application. So we haven't tried this exact thing before. Thank you so much for being here in the chat, though. I thank you very much for your support. Setting up OAuth 2.0. Okay, we've done all that. From the project, select project or create a new one. We've gone to APIs. We have new credentials. We've done that. Select the appropriate application type for your project. I wonder if I should just tweet this to Replit. Who has had trouble with this? You know what? I'm going to put this in the Replit group. Hold on. You know, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in the Replit group. Hold on one second. Building. Question. Should I say this in the general chat or should I put it in the building section? Let me put this in right now. Hey, everybody. I'm having trouble with OAuth 2.0 for Google Cloud Platform. Anyone have any ideas how to fix these things? I'm going to say that. I'm going to say it seems like I'm having trouble with this. Let's see about this. OAuth. Yeah, seems like I'm having trouble with authorized domains. Seems like I'm having trouble with authorized domains. Here's an excerpt of the documentation. Um, move, and putting. Let's see. Oh, someone said, what group am I in? Oh, let me bring it up. Hold on one second. I'm adding my screenshot of what I'm getting. Where's my? Let me go to Twitter real quick. Andrew. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, which group am I in? I'm in. So, if you look at Andrew Davison, he has a builders community for Replit. You can join right there. If you do join, please let them know that I referred you to it. It's free. But yeah, so I'm asking a question about what I'm having trouble with right here. It's a pretty cool group. So it says general for all, chit chatting, report any bugs, give feedback here, good and bad, building, show everyone what you're building. Maybe I should put it in the feedback bug section. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I put it in general, but maybe I should be more specific. All right. So let's see. Can you confirm the exact callback URL shown in the server logs when the application starts? Let's say your question is, where can I find the server logs? Hey, Cream is here. Okay, okay. Thank you so much for being here. Cream is working on a AI agent project in the crypto space. Show her some love. Make sure that you sign up for her community on X as well. Are you building tonight? I guess it's 1:30 in the morning. Let me know what's going on with you. How's the project going? Let me know. You can jump on. You can jump in if you want. It's snowing. I'm in the basement. I can't see. Okay, let's see what it says right here. Server can be found in the workflow section. I can see the logs. Here's the relevant URL. This is exact callback URL that needs to be configured in your Google Cloud Console. Would you like me to help you verify if this is properly configured in both application? Yes. How can I put it in my application? Yeah. Yep. Let me know if you want to jump on stream. I'm going to send you the invite. I'll DM you. You don't have to. You can jump in. You don't have to. No pressure. I'm just building stuff. I need this thing to work. I don't know why. I'll put on X real quick. If you want to jump in, you can. If not, no worries. Okay. I think I said yes. Yeah, I said yes, right? It says getting too long to improve new chat. What did I need it to do though? Oh my goodness. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. 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 It says it can't be reached. But it let me get all the way here. So, okay. Let's go back. Choose your account. I can choose my account. Sign in to the workspace repl.co. Okay. Continue. Okay. So now, okay. So we're getting somewhere. I can now sign in to my Google account, but I'm getting this error when I arrive on this page. See attachment for details. Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Let's see about this. Come on now. Look, I got all these other errors right here. Da, 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 da. Reload. Yeah. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Okay. So now let's add a new attachment. So that worked. Come on now. There we go. Let's check if there's a typo. Is that what it said? Does it really say that? Check if there's a typo. I've never seen that before in my life. Let's see what happens. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. All right. We're making it. All right, everybody. A little bit at a time. See, sometimes it takes a little bit of time. Okay. Now it says fix OAuth authentication by updating URL configuration and adding a proper error handling. Fix this. Would you, yeah, fix it. Would you like any of the additional? No. Approve and plan and start. Yeah. I wonder why this is free. I'll take it. Free? I'll take that. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Now it's saying, is the OAuth page sign in loading correctly? Let's take a look. Okay, so now you don't have the authorization to view this page. So now we're getting a different error. Refer to image, I am getting a 403 error. So we're working through this. We're working through this. We're making it. We're making it. Slow and steady. That's why you just got to look at each error as it gets there. Okay. But this is why we always talk about sometimes it's more about dialing in and seeing how to be a better project manager to articulate what you need to do, all of those things. Okay. Says after adding these URLs, please provide the updated client. Okay, cool. All right, so I got to do this all from the side. Let's see. Oh, restart application. It's okay, so it's saying to fix this, we have to go and do this. All right, so let me work on this. Should be okay. All right. Let's go to the client here. Edit. Okay, let me just put this here for a moment as I'm building this out. All right, I'm off to the side. Call back 5,000. Let me just make sure everything looks exactly the way they want. I'm going to say, provide me with the accurate information for this. So I can provide the exact number. Okay, cool. Okay, you're saying this is the exact one. All right, let's take a look. Okay, because they've been wrong before. Okay, let's see here. All right, all right. Let's see this. I'm moving some things right now. Okay, let's see. Implement that based on the logs. Okay. Let's save it. This is going to be Pro. Okay, download client. All right, we're going to put this in. All right, client. Just making sure. And that's the ID. Bringing in secret. Okay. Continue. Something went wrong. Okay. I think this looks exactly the same. Okay. Get out of here. We don't have time for that. Save. Close. I updated the URLs. Let's see. There we go. How can I see if the servers are running and showing the correct callback URL in the logs? Question mark. All right. Bring it back. Taking a screenshot. Can you try signing in to Google now? Has the 403 error changed? Okay. Let's go back. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay. So we get back to it, and it's like a typo again. See? Check if there's a typo. See, I told you. Refer to image. Reports that there could be a possible typo. See, now we're going back. The error. I wonder why. Possible typo. So now we're getting the error that was 2 times ago. Okay, we're getting close. We're getting close. We're getting close. Okay, let's see what we got here. It's trying to help us here. So it says, maybe I need a new chat. Maybe it's getting confused. Looking at the error, the domain in the screenshot, I see the error is that the workspace domain resolution, yeah, says there's a typo. The current URL we're using is just .repo, but it should include .workspace. Okay, let's update it. After updating it, can we try signing in again? Yes, Replit, we can. Nope. I'm going to start a new chat or yeah, new tab, new agent, new chat. There we go. So close. So close. We're so close. Refer to image. So close. Fix DNS and authentication configuration. It's already tried this. I might just say, you have tried this. What's going on? It says checkpoint. Okay. It says, I see that from the screenshot, the DNS issue is not accessible. The error message shows DNS probe finish NX domain. Let me check and fix the authentication in DNS configuration. Hmm. All right, let's take a picture. Seeing what's going on. Let's see. Okay, it says, can you access the site and see the Google OAuth login button? Let's say, what does what does it look like? I'm just making sure I'm seeing this correctly. All right, it's changing what the button looks like. Oh, well, that's nice now. I like it. Okay. Can you now see a white button that says sign in? Yes, I see the button. So it looks pretty good. Now that you confirmed the location button is visible, let's continue fixing the authentication that is preventing the site access. All right, all right, all right, all right, Replit. Let's do it. I took out the question from the chat because we're working on other problems here. Okay. When you click the Google sign in button, does it redirect you to the Google login page? Let's check. I'm going to say yes. Okay. All right, we're getting there. Great. Now that the Google sign in button is working and redirecting, let me fix the remaining authentication configuration issues to ensure a complete and secure login flow. All right, let's see. We're getting somewhere. So something that we notice is we might have to break up the login flow for it to be able to do this step by step. Okay, can you try logging into Google now? The session should persist after login. All right, let's take a look. And now we get this. It says, can you try logging into Google now? The session should persist after login. Okay. I can select my account, but when I log in, see attachment to the error page I get. So we get all the way there. We're still getting now. It says there's a typo. Same typo. Make sure it says typo. Yeah, it says typo. Where are all my screenshots going? Times it 155. There we go. I see the DNS error still occurring. It's interesting. Coco's asking, can I ask, is there a faster way to create an app for free? Great question. Yeah, it kind of depends on what you're looking to create. What we're doing right here is a very intricate process using the Google API and those kind of things, right? So, yeah, this is taking a while. As you can see, this is close to 2 hours. If you're trying to create something, depending on what you're trying to create, right? Because you could use Lovable or Bolt, you could create things very quickly, but it depends on what you're trying to do. If you need to add a database, I'll just stop there. What are you trying to create, Coco? Am I saying it correctly? Let me know. That's what it kind of depends on. Yes, there are tons of ways to create this quicker. There are great guides we have on the channel. You can do this in literally a few minutes. What we're doing is using we're using Google to sign in. We're trying to do something very specific, and so that's why it's trying to do this. I'm trying to create a navigation app. Great. So the question is, what kind of navigation app? Are you navigating to a certain location? Are they trying to search for something? Is it like a car sharing app like Uber or Lyft? What is the main goal with navigation? Navigating to a place? Is it shipping? Yeah, great question. Okay, let's try logging in again. Let's see here. You don't have authorization. You see how it keeps going around in circles? And so now it's having the same error. It seems like we keep going around in circles. Now we're getting a 403 error like we've had in the past. Refer to image attached. Hmm. Well, it's some sort of navigation app for Alzheimer's patients or people. That's interesting. Um, depends. Depends. Let me think about that. Let me think about that. Navigation app. So it says some sort of navigation app. So is it navigating them back to their house? Is it giving them if they're going off somewhere and then it's ringing for them to go back to the house? Kind of depends. Yeah. So I would ask, like, what is the action you're trying to do? I see you're getting a 403 access security. Might have to do with domains and cookies. Okay. Hmm. So my question would be, if it's for Alzheimer's patients, is it going to be navigate? So my question would be like, why wouldn't they use like a maps program that exists right now? So are what is going wrong? What are apps for maps doing wrong right now for Alzheimer's patients or people? That's what I mean. I say patients. I used to be in the medical field. That's why I don't mean any harm by that. Let's see. Now, can you try logging in again? Access should be resolved. Oh my God. We're back to square one. Okay. All right. They got me. I cracked. All right. Now I'm getting the error again. So something is going on with security. Something is going on with security. Refer to image. I'm now getting a 400 error. To be honest, it's actually for a research project. Cool. Yeah. So the thing is, if it was going to be a navigation app for someone with Alzheimer's, I would just use ChatGPT to first break down like why would they need it, right? Because if you're having it a selected amount of places for them to navigate, perhaps like their home, the hospital, things like that would be limited. And then why would they not have like favorites like toggled on for their maps for them to use it right away? Perhaps they get confused by looking at the Maps app, and that's why you need it to be like an app that only has like five like buttons that says like home, hospital, something like that. Right. So there's an option like that. If that's like the route that you're going to be going through. But I would really focus on like what are apps not doing correct now? Are there ways to filter or change the app like settings? If not, is this a niche that needs to be addressed? Let me know if that makes sense. So now I can put this error in the Replit group. Let me put this in. Let me see bugs, feedback, and bugs maybe. I'll put it there. I'm getting an error while trying to add authentication to my application where you're logging in to your Google account. I keep getting a 403 error or a 400 error. Keeps going around in circles trying to fix it, and I keep getting the rotating errors over and over again. I'm also going to say on this help. Let me look at tab. Let me screenshot this. Time is at 2:03. Two, one. There we go. Yeah. So let's go through an example, right? So if we're going to use Lovable, let's go through an example, right? So if I'm going to do this, I might say, I'm trying to create a navigation application for Alzheimer's patients. Give me 3 reasons why an Alzheimer's patient would need a navigation application, right? So first I would go with ChatGPT, and then it would give me answers, right? So it says prevention of getting lost. Alzheimer patients often experience disorientation and memory loss, leading to confusion. Navigation app tailored for them could provide step-by-step guidance and include features like geofencing alerts. See, right? If they get out of like the home distance, right? Um, if the patient strays away from a area. Support for daily independence. A navigation app can help them confidently navigate of familiar routes, grocery stores, things like that. And that's where it could toggle to multiple locations, right? Enhance safety caregiver integration. So voice activated directions, palm prompts. Okay, cool. I love it. Give me constructive criticism why this application will not work. Is there something on the market that already helps Alzheimer's patients with this or people that suffer with Alzheimer's? Okay. And then this helps you as you're building out your application. Think about what's going on. How can I make my application different? Oh, look at this, right? So it says developing a navigation is a commendable initiative. However, several challenges may impact its effectiveness. Cognitive limitations, technological barriers, safety concerns, existing solutions. It says here are the existing ones. Secure Life personal GPS tracker. Didn't even know that. So it shows like wearables, all these things. And so that's why when you're creating an app, I would really do the research one of first, what would the application look like? Then I would always challenge the system to try to go against what I'm trying to do. And then based on the research, I can then say, okay, great, create a prompt based off of XYZ, or these are great solutions, these are wearables, blah, 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 but mine is going to be different. Da, 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 what do you think? And so this will help you a lot because a lot of times, because you're using Lovable or all of these different platforms that are easier to build now, people aren't going through the logical development of testing the idea before building. Because if you're going to be doing GPS, you're going to need to do some kind of positioning, which means you're going to use a Google API or do something with Google Cloud Platform. And then you're dealing with this kind of stuff too, because Google's API is so complicated. But if you go and find these things out first in ChatGPT, testing your idea, you might go in a totally different direction before you try to do navigation right off the bat. Hopefully, this helps. Let me know in the chat. Is this helpful to anybody? Maybe, maybe not. But the main thing is we see a lot of people are using AI agents, they're building very fast, but without that validation or going through the thought process and building out that one feature, making sure that one feature is unique, or all of these things will help you to be more equipped for what you're going to do. Like this one, um wearables, I mean, that's a whole other thing. So now you can be thinking about hardware versus like software. Makes a lot of sense too with ones with impaired cognition. They probably won't, depending on the stage that they're in, they might not be able to use a app or a phone, So having something wearable where it's geofencing, that makes a lot of sense too. Let me know if that makes sense. Let's see. Okay. So we are going to come back with more of the, you know what? Let me just hold on a second. You know what? I'm talking about all this stuff with chat, but I'm going to see if I can make this simpler. Let me do a new chat. Let me do a new chat. A new agent. Let me close that. Let me close that. Need an agent. New chat. There we go. I'm having errors having my application try to sign into Google. The goal of the application is to respond to comments from my YouTube channel. Is there a way to do that without needing to sign into my Google account? Right. So I was just talking about helping someone. And then now I'm going to do some more research because maybe I'm hitting my head against a wall. There might be another solution. And as it's doing that, I'm going to ask ChatGPT. And they call this like the rubber ducky syndrome, right? So you're talking it out. It says, yes, you can create an application that allows responding to YouTube comments without requiring direct OAuth. Here's how you would achieve it using API keys only. YouTube data, fetch public comments, limitations, no ability to respond to the comments. Well, that doesn't work. Using a service account recommended. Automatically responding without users go to the Google Cloud Console, create a service account. Oh, download the service JSON credentials. Ugh, respond to the comments. Benefits, you don't need individual user sign-ins. Limitations, the service account must have the correct permissions and you must be authorized to manage your channel. Ugh, that's a lot of work too. Option 3, pre-generated access tokens. You can control the YouTube account and do not require manually generate an access token. Use a one-time OAuth flow to obtain an access token. Refresh the token logic. Respond programmatically. Ugh, these seem difficult too. I mean, those are options, but they're not great options. Unfortunately, it's not possible to access YouTube comments without Google authentication. This is securely requirement. Okay, I can see there are some issues with your current authentication setup. Would you like me to create a plan to fix these authentications? I'm going to say yes, do all those. Yes, please do everything. All of those things. Let's see if it works. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here. I will create the plan. Okay, I like that. I like all that. Okay, it's saying. All right. To access YouTube comments, go through the Google API. We need to set up an OAuth. This one, create a new project or select the YouTube data ones. Okay, enable. Okay, let's try it. We're gonna do it from. Hey, we're doing this from scratch. It's a little bit different, a little bit more detailed. Let's take a look at what happens. All right, we're gonna go to Google Console. Okay. 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 Create a new project or select an existing one. Okay, I got one. Okay, enable YouTube data API. I think I've already done that, but we'll check it out. It's enabled. Go to the credentials page. Okay. Okay. Credential. Click create credentials and select OAuth client ID. Okay. I'm listening. Click set up the OAuth consent. Choose external if prompted. It does not. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Set up the okay, choose external. It does not tell me that. Choose web application under authorized redirects, add. Let's see. Add this one. Okay. Let me make a system here. Would be my unique URI. Copy. Okay. Go back to agent. Okay. Authorize redirect. Just one. Okay. Click create. All right. Now we're going to put in client ID and those things. Let me put them in. Copying the ID. Once you do it enough times, one of those things. You get used to it. Two matching secret or exist in your account. Would you like me to replace them? Um, no. Viewing messages. Gets there? What in the world? Okay. Created. What? What the world just happened? Looking at the schema, I see we need to update it to store the tokens and user information properly. So it just made a database. I'll continue setting up the OAuth for your YouTube comment management system. I've already updated the authentication code and database schema. Now let me push these changes to the database. I'll now connect the authentication routes to the main server application. This will enable the Google sign-in functionality needed to access your YouTube comments. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, taking a snapshot. Okay, I've updated the authentication setup and database handling the Google OAuth, but I need your Google Client ID to proceed. Have you created these credentials? If not, I can guide you. I don't think so. Google Client ID and Client Secret. I think we did, but I'm going to say no. Yes, I need help doing that. Okay, so it says, I'll help you fix the Google OAuth authentication for your YouTube comment management system. Looking at the code, I see we need to make some adjustments to ensure the authentication works properly. All right, it's considering options right now. Okay. So it says to proceed with the OAuth setup, we need to first go to Google. So we need to go to the Google Cloud Console, create a new project, enable YouTube. We did that. Create the OAuth, generate. Okay, we did that. You would like to continue with these steps. I try different authentication. Okay, I'll say. I have reviewed those steps above and I have completed those. Hmm. Understand you've already completed the OAuth setup. So right here, the environment running true. So it looks like we're doing good things. All right, let's check. When clicking the button, does it redirect to the Google login page? Let's take a look. Yes, it does. Since the login page direct, let me see if there's any issues with the session and handling the database after the OAuth callback. It's querying. Okay, it says, I understand that you're having issues with Google sign in. Looking at the logs, I can see that while the Google OAuth redirect is working, we're getting a 401 error after the callback. Let me fix the authentication flow to ensure it works properly. All right, so at least it's getting a little bit more into the weeds this time doing this now. Okay. Okay. Can you try signing in and let me know if it works? Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, so now it let me access the actual account, right? So we're getting one step now. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now this is the farthest we've ever gotten. See the attachment for the errors that we're getting. So this is by far. So now we're getting there because it's seeing that it's happening. 2 o'clock. Okay, so it says, I see the issue now. The error shows the application hasn't completed Google's verification process, which is required for OAuth applications in production. Let me help fix this by configuring the OAuth consent screen properly. All right, so this is the farthest we've gotten. So, what have we learned throughout this process? Documenting, but also doing new chats and talking about what's happening has really helped. First, Replit told us to do that. But also, like we mentioned, we said, we've already tried this, we've already tried this, we keep going in circles, and then it's looking for other things now. All right, so it's looking at some things. Now let's see what it says. To resolve the verification, you'll need to configure your OAuth consent screen. All right, which is interesting. It says navigate to the OAuth consent screen. Set the user type to external and publishing status to testing. Add your email as a test user. Under test users, click add users and add your email address. Save changes. This will allow you to test the application while it's in production without requiring full verification. Okay, now it's actually trying to do other things too, which is interesting. It says, is the authentication page showing the yellow warning message about adding test users when the verification errors occur? Interesting. Okay, so it's doing a couple different things. Okay. So you'll need to configure it. Go back there, navigate to your OAuth consent screen. Okay. OAuth consent screen. Okay. Set the user type to external and publishing status to testing. Okay. So we have external there, but in publishing status, publishing status. We have it testing. Yeah, we have it testing. Add your email address as a test user. Now let's take a look at that. How do you add a test user? Oh, okay. You can add a test user. Okay. Save. All right, so I have a test user. Add, okay. Under test users section, click add users and add the email. Save changes. How can I save changes? I think I did. This will allow you to test. Okay. All right. Now let's take a look at this. You've been given access to that that's currently being tested. You should only continue if you know the developer. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look. Continue. Okay. By continuing, this will be there. Okay. What? Okay. Okay. Comments here. Continue. All right. So we continued. Let's go where it was. That's the farthest we've gotten. Is the auth page showing the yellow warning about adding tests when the verification occurs? Okay, real-time notification system for creator responses. Reload. Let me put it that way. So we're getting close. But you see how many steps to get all of these things with authentication, what we have to do, all those things. Refer to attachment. I can get to this screen, but when I click continue, I am now taken to an error. Okay. So we got through 3 pages during the authentication. We picked the account, it worked out. We could tell it how to modify the account. And now we're getting one issue. Okay. Says, can you try signing in and check if the consent screen works properly? Let's take a look. All right. While signing in with Google, check if the consent screen works properly. After confirming consent, I am taken to an error page. Refer to screenshot of the error page that I'm going to. All right, let's take a look. Agent is thinking about its life. So it's getting close. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder. We started the application, took a screenshot. You can try signing in. The domain handling has been updated. Okay. Let's see. Load. Nope. So it's still giving me trouble there. Let me try another one. Oh, still getting the same error. So, I'm glad I'm not like burning through credits though. I wonder why though. Maybe because it's going back to the checkpoint. Okay, so doing all of this is still costing me like $3. This just because of the checkpoints. All right. Looking at some things. So what did it do? Refactor authentication to use dynamic callback URL. Implement user serialization and serialization. Excuse me. Let me sound it out. Well, give me a break. It's like 2:40 in the morning. All right. Let's try this again. Okay. Sign in. Ooh. Well, we are back where we started, ladies and gentlemen. So now it's going that route. All right. We have done some good stuff here. We have done some good stuff here. We've looked at what we need to do. We've seen that there might be a strategy when you're using Google in general because the API is very fickle. I'm going to just try a different project altogether real quick just because we did a good job. But I'm going to test something out real quick. Hmm. Well, we've already done that. I gotta give it some thought. This is a tougher project. This is a tougher project. But thank you for joining me. Um, these things happen. We're gonna keep coding tomorrow and look at what happens. But this is a good first start. Trying to think about. We've been looking at this. We've been looking at this. All right, everybody. We're gonna be come back. If you have questions, if you want to see more details of what we're doing, let me know. This is not the end of it. We just got to think about some more things. We tried for the YouTube and Google API, but we keep running into a little bit of problems. Our YouTube one, we didn't have a problem at all. It's the authentication one, probably because we're in development mode so much. That's what's giving us so many problems with this. It's interesting, if we deployed and then did it live, we would have less problems if we had a domain that we were having it to. Interesting. 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 Um, our other projects worked. I wonder if we can put that up real quick. Let's just run this thing. Run. Oh, unexpected token, not valid. Let's see about this. Growth strategy. Is it working? Let's tab this on. I think I need to put the user ID. This thing would still work. Okay. See, so we did that. Like, we've done some interesting things with the YouTube ID, content ideas, performance, observation, the video, how to build and sell a 3K app. That's the highest view right now. Engagement, the highest one per ratio podcast for your business, but the ratio is off because it's a lower amount compared to how many comments. But say encouragement, more interactions, video duration, longer videos such as I'm building the same app 7 times don't always correlate with more views. While longer content may be detailed, consider audience attention spans. Yeah. I mean, that video is like 3 hours long. Competitors, scheduling, upload schedule recommendations, step-by-step tutorials for non-techies, podcasting, AI, and automation. It's pretty much on the money. So we added OpenAI, and we also added the YouTube API. I think I like this app quite a bit. It was fun. And then our other one, side hustle tracker. This was fun too. Let's run it. Pause. Let's wake up. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. No network. Thank you. It's gotta wake up for a second. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Thank you. Was this the one I did? Oh, look. Yeah. Yeah. I like this one. Opportunities. You can add opportunities, manage feed. Yeah, I thought this was a cool one. I have to do the RSS feed one. Like, refresh that thing. But overall, I thought this one was a cool one. Oh yeah, we had to add that one factor for that, but other than that, I thought it was pretty good. Let me move this thing. Maybe I need more. That needs more room right there. Well, my monitors are on the fritz. What in the world? Okay. Oh no. All right. All right, everybody. I think we did pretty good. We showed off some things. We tried some things. Again, testing it out, things we don't know. Building a native app using React Native. Very interesting. The Google authentication is what really did us in. But we got very far tonight. So we're going to try coming back later on, tomorrow, maybe, to keep building and going from there. For everyone watching, keep watching. Thank you so much for watching and being along the ride. If you're using these different platforms like Lovable or others, please let me know what you like, what you dislike, and we'll be back with another episode coming up. The beginning on how to use Windsurf will be out tomorrow, and we'll see you all later. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great night. Bye.